Yo, what's up, everybody, and welcome to this week's episode of So What You Hear. I'm Jay,
Tiff.
and we are through another week of football and on to basically all the games being on Thanksgiving. Uh,
Yeah, last week was a trip because I thought a lot of those games
oh
would
my God,
suck,
it
and
was
then they
so
were
many
like,
games that were upsets. And some of them were like, okay, this is the certain teams. I'm like, okay, this is starting to get concerning.
yeah,
Yeah,
they just won't go away, will
well,
they?
I
But
don't
we'll
know
talk
this
about
one,
that.
but yeah. Big news today. Well, yesterday,
Big news is big. I
kind of
think
big
it's
news.
biggish.
I guess Daniel Jones is now a Viking.
DJ is a
And with
Viking.
McCarthy, Darnold getting banged up. Remember, he got
Yeah.
smashed last week, so another hit like that, and he might have to get some playing time.
So right now he's not playing. He's just watching.
He's just gonna be he's on the practice squad, warming up or whatever. They're gonna get him for 375 grand, which is amazing, and we have to pay him 11.8 million. But I will pay $11 million to get rid of
I
him.
just can't believe anybody gonna play Daniel Jones that much money. No
What,
offense,
$375,000?
Yeah.
That's not a lot of money. Okay, for
I'm talking about 11 million
oh well,
plus
that's less than a
300.
running back.
Anyway.
So, well, I know that the Vikings picking him up is going to suck for Raiders and Raiders fans because they were really hoping.
Were they?
Because,
Minshew's
Minshew's broken collarbone. He is going to be out
As
all
soon
year.
as he hit, I was
Oh,
like,
it looked like the
ooh.
Romo tackle.
I was like, oh, that looked like a Romo. That might be that collarbone.
Yeah.
And so when they said the collarbone broke, he was like, you didn't say that. Like, yeah,
it did. It did.
As soon as he hit, I was like, it has to have a Romo flashback.
Aiden O'Connell doesn't make as many turnovers, but he doesn't do anything. He just doesn't do anything. It's checkdowns, and they're bad checkdowns. It's throwaways. Everything's safe.
I think the last time I saw him play, even being safe,
When he finally
pick.
took a risk and pick.
So
It was insane.
So I mean, and and they play Kansas City Friday, right?
Yeah. We'll be.
I mean, I already figured they're gonna lose, but yeah, Kansas City and the Panthers.
Another major loss that looks like it's going to be all year is Brandon Graham tore his bicep.
Oh, that sounds like that hurt.
Yeah, that was sounds disgusting. But I mean, basically what happened to Dak's leg. But that could be a problem because they are deep and they have a lot of people. But if you watch Philly games, Brandon Graham is the defensive guy that shows up when they need it. The rest of them make plays. The rest of their pass rushers, make plays. But the important ones are Brandon Graham. The ones we really remember from the end of the game are usually Brandon Graham. And
so you think they were really gonna miss him?
I could see it putting a little kink in the, mechanism because they don't flow as well when their offense. Devontae Smith gets hurt, and the whole thing kind of slows down. It's like, well, that's crazy. AJ Brown gets hurt, the whole thing kind of slows down. Their defense gets like that too. They'll lose a corner, and the whole thing, one pass rusher, one inside guy. For some reason, when things aren't exactly, I think their coaching staff has their playbook written up for who they have, and I think sometimes trying to switch people around, they don't always seem to do that well, and that could be an issue, especially considering they're a mid-tier team anyway.
And because you still don't think they might be.
No, I don't think they're the truth. There's not a good team they've played this season that hasn't beat the brakes off them.
Well, even a little bit, even with that, you don't think that they're pretty much this whole year. I think the hardest team they got is the Ravens coming up.
The Ravens coming up, and they played the Bucks when they were full strength.
They beat
the Bucks stomped them. They're not. They will not beat the Ravens.
The Browns beat the Ravens.
The Browns are in division. The Browns will have 2 wins on it, and it'll be Pittsburgh and Baltimore because somehow they won in the division.
But I'm asking you, if they do beat the Ravens, then what? What you going to say?
It's a fluke.
You think it's a fluke?
They're not going to beat them. It doesn't matter.
They got to go before you're like.
Okay, if they win if they go and run the thing, then okay, yeah, I guess I got to admit they're a good team. But that's like saying y'all are going to run the season and go to the Super Bowl. What if you do? Because they're barely better than y'all.
2 games.
They're half a game better than y'all. They beat a broke up Washington. They just beat up on Jacksonville. Oh, wow, that's surprising. Tampa Bay beat the living shit out of them.
That was a really good Tampa Bay team.
Like,
you don't think everybody might be tired by the time they actually have to play somebody difficult again?
I don't think they're good enough for that to be a problem.
Yeah. Okay.
I think they're using everything they have to be garbage week in and week out.
I hate Philly.
The rest of their season is the division, which isn't very good, in Carolina.
Okay.
Like, Tampa demolished them.
I said okay.
It's no. Philly is completely and utterly fraudulent.
Okay.
They're the Texans of this last year. It's going to look real good, and then when it hits a real team in the playoffs, it's going to get shit on.
Okay.
So.
What's episode is this?
This is 73, I think.
Yes, it's 73. Well,
but yeah, no, they're trash. And they might lose to the Panthers because apparently the Chiefs could barely beat them. Good look, man, there's a couple of these teams from this weekend.
Well, that's what I'm
saying. That I'm really worried about.
I mean, on some fronts, Philly will look better than the Chiefs when they win, and the Chiefs necessarily have to play somebody.
I think the Chiefs are fraudulent.
Well, yeah, but
I think the hard games they won, there's massive discrepancies. You're like, I don't even think what I said was just a word. But no, there's massive question marks on things in the good games that they win, and the rest of them against trash. Their division is loaded with trash. Like, oh wow, you beat the Raiders?
Yeah.
The Chargers are just getting themselves together. They lost to the Ravens because the receivers are dropping the ball. Because they haven't put it together yet. The Chiefs are fraud. The Chiefs and the Eagles are the same thing on both sides.
So right now, who do you think is going to the Super Bowl?
Right now, if I had to pick a Super Bowl, I'm probably gonna go.
Lions.
I'm gonna go Lions and maybe Baltimore.
Baltimore is not one to play.
Or Buffalo. I'm thinking Buffalo because the one thing that makes Buffalo suck in the postseason, it's been the same thing every year. They can't run the ball.
Yeah.
And they're like, well, Josh Allen are running. That's not the same thing as having a running game.
Running back, yeah.
That's not the same. Panic plays where he takes off after things break down ain't the same thing as having a running game. And now they have a running game. So even if they can't do anything, even if there's 10 feet of snow, they can line up, big line, 2 tight ends, and bang James Cook. It's just, shut up. They can just pound James Cook all day and win the game. Stop it. Your mind is in the gutter. God, this is horrible.
No, what you said.
But seriously, they could do that. I'm sorry. And some other teams that are supposed to be good that I think most people have picked up the Niners. I'm definitely Niners. Y'all are bad. Like, y'all were supposed to be a Super Bowl team. Y'all are like Dallas. Y'all are bad.
Purdy is hurt.
They were bad before that.
They were still kind of winning and stuff. And then McCaffrey's back, and I think they really needed him. I think and I don't think that's helping because Purdy's not here.
But Chiefs fans, you need to be worried. A last-second field goal against Carolina, you're not beating the good teams when it matters. Yeah, no. They play Buffalo. Buffalo beats them, and they beat them in the. Yeah, but Carolina. You haven't really played anybody good. You come against a good team, you get beat. I don't know, man. I don't know if I can give you. You're not that guy, pal.
So when do they worry?
When they first round exit in the playoffs, because that's what I think's gonna happen. The Texans, what happened? Y'all went from great to trash. You lost to the Titans. The Titans.
A bad Titans.
A bad Titans.
It's a bad Titans.
The Titans. You can't beat the Titans. You can't do nothing. Y'all are screwed. That's a terrible division. The fact that y'all haven't run away with it, you should be sitting people by now with how far ahead in that division you should be. I think y'all fans is about to be hurting the feelings when the playoffs come.
Hurt.
I think Niners fans. I think Niners fans are going to be hurt because they're not making the playoffs, and I think Chiefs fans are going to be hurt because Travis Kelce's going to be able to go to all the tours because his offseason is going to start early. They suck. I'm sorry.
They only lost one game too
by fluke. The world has to give them things to make them win the other games.
Get some things. I didn't want to be surprised that there's a.
And then Buffalo sat there and said, "Okay, well, run the ball, play conservative defense. Oh, guess what? Y'all can't win."
I think Buffalo's going to destroy themselves.
We'll see. I think
Philly
are frauds. I think the Chiefs are frauds. I think the Texans are frauds. The Niners are frauds. Who else is a fraud? They're all frauds. You're all frauds. Ooh. All of y'all have played nothing but trash. No, we're not frauds. We're trash. We are the truth of what we are. Garbage. That's easy to say.
Honest football.
The problem is the rest of we can see we're losing to everybody. We're bad. Problem is some of y'all are
squeaking through.
You're squeaking through, so you think that means you're a good team. And y'all are the ones that get to the playoffs. And Dallas most seasons. They squeak through, they get to the playoffs, they play a real team, and they get dogged.
But that's the thing. Like, Eagles aren't squeaking through, they're winning.
But they're playing trash. When they play good teams, they are. They're either squeaking or they got stomped. Tampa mud stomped them.
That's a really good Tampa team.
Well, who do you think you're playing in the playoffs?
But that's not, Tampa is not whole.
They're playing the Packers, who they barely beat in a shit game in Brazil. If that field was not such garbage, they would not have won that game.
I don't know, the Packers can be.
I watched Jordan Love slip 4 different times on wide receiver, trying to hit wide receiver.
They were slipping too, and they still won.
Yeah.
I don't even like Philly, so the fact you're making me take up for Philly is really disturbing.
Yeah.
But I think there's a little haterade in here.
Oh, it's not. This is complete warranted for all of them teams.
Okay.
We'll see. Okay. We'll see as the season goes.
Every time I think they're done, like, oh, this team can beat them easily, and then they're like beating them.
Trash. They beat by Atlanta. Atlanta's terrible.
It was early when Atlanta still like they had hope. When Cousins didn't just look abysmal, and I had to bench him forever.
No. We'll see about that. But well, anyway, we got a loaded couple of days between Thursday and Friday.
It's gonna be a fun few days. I mean, Sunday's gonna feel slightly empty though. That's when the Reds don't get like they gotta focus on more
2 games. Yeah. They're doing nothing.
Yeah, they gotta focus.
We get to see Scott Hansen more.
Yeah, a little bit.
Here in the studio. But
that's awful.
I know it was bad. But I guess the first game of the day, and I like that they seem to break it up by games they think are gonna be pretty good.
Yeah. Well,
we get Bears Lions first overall.
I have all the home teams winning.
Pretty much, yeah. Because Bears Lions, I'm sorry, the Bears are starting to look better, but you're not beating
this
the
Lions team
Lions.
is good.
I think this is the Lions here.
If the Lions lose, I think there's a curse on
Thanksgiving. On Thanksgiving.
For them. Because they were good last year,
and they still lost to Green Bay,
and they lost to a not
and they had
good
dog Green Bay the other time they played
Green Bay was looking like remember the in Green Bay looked good. This is when they were
when they dog walked them. I think in Green Bay, either earlier that year or later, when they played them the other time, or not on Thanksgiving, they demolished them.
Yeah,
and then get beat on Thanksgiving.
On Thanksgiving. I think that was the first of Green Bay like. And
then they started taking off.
Yeah, so I think there's a thing with Lions
and Thanksgiving. Let's see if they can break that curse. But I'm still picking them Lions, so we'll see how that goes.
Do good on Thanksgiving,
and we suck.
And but we are awful too.
Yeah, but we're down to the third stringer.
I have Dallas, but there's something in me that's saying they're going to find a way to lose this game.
After winning last week, they're going to find a way to lose this one.
Beating the Commanders, they're going to just
we're back.
Yeah.
Wait, what just happened?
Yeah.
I don't know. I think Cooper Rush finally got his legs back under him.
What time we playing? Is the sun going to be out?
Yeah, I think y'all are like the 4-something game.
So the sun
because the Dolphins-Packers is the late game.
The sun might be in that.
No, that's when it's usually hitting y'all. That 4 o'clock. Oh God.
I was all on Jerry's side, seriously.
Until he put the blinds up for the Tyson fight.
Was you scared the moon gonna get in there? Like, what is this? Like,
clearly you know it's an issue.
So that's when I was just like, come on, dog. Like, now I'm like, I don't get it. But
yeah.
He wants God to be able to see his team. That's always been his thing, you know.
When you remember the Steelers?
You remember when you used to have to shut up. You remember you used to have the little opening in the old stadium? Yeah, that's what that was for, you know.
Right. So that brings us to the late game.
Oh, you know what we didn't talk about?
What?
Cowboys fans. I'm sorry. Hold on. Do we go back?
Oh God, yeah. We'll finish making our picks after that.
We go back.
You know what? Well, let's finish up the picks and we'll go back to that one. We'll go back to that one.
Cowboy fans.
Oh God, yeah. So Dolphins Packers. Definitely take a Packers. It's gonna be 28 degrees and Tua cannot play in the cold.
I already had the Packers too because the Dolphins is not. They're looking better. They're starting to the chemistry is starting to come back and everything.
I still don't think.
But they don't do well in the cold. The little Hawaiian baby is like, no.
All of them. They all just. Tyreek Hill, ain't he from South Florida? He's not built for that either.
He used to play it's cold in Kansas City.
But that's true. He would have gotten used to it in Kansas City.
Brett Favre never really got used to the cold. He played in Green Bay.
I
guess some people aren't really made for the cold. So I guess that all depends.
But but I'm still going Packers.
He looked like he was the only person ready for the cold in that ridiculous should have been canceled game. Anyway, that looked dangerous to me. How lungs explode and stuff.
So then that brings us to the Black Friday game, right?
Yes.
And that would be Chiefs Raiders.
it's just a sheer like God himself didn't want the Chiefs to win. If the Raiders beat the Chiefs, I'm sorry. I think that's the only way that it's going to happen. That's some like,
Gardner's gone.
water
You're rooting
splitting.
Aiden O'Connell. Like, yeah, nah,
Like,
I don't see where this is gonna happen.
The Raiders
like I said,
that,
this is what I'm talking about. Even when I'm talking about Philly, like, yeah, I'm not saying the Chiefs are like a bottom tier team. I'm not saying the Philly is trash, but when we were talking elite, like, no, you're not there. But you're playing the Raiders. You don't have to be elite.
Like, so, like, yeah, if the Raiders,
they're better than that.
The Raiders squeaked this one out. It was be done. I'm sorry.
That's
it was meant to be.
It's ordained. That's predestination.
Because I don't see that happening even a little bit. Like, I'm sorry. Like, the Raiders look awful.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah. But that brings us to what we forgot.
So I'm hearing Cowboy fans. I'm hearing rumors. A little like bird.
Oh no! These aren't rumors.
I know it's
Jerry Jones flat out said that is not insane to think that he wouldn't re-sign Mike McCarthy.
Why would you keep McCarthy? The only hope I have in this awful year is that when it's over, we got
blow the team up and restart.
We have Lamb, maybe Micah, maybe, and we just blow all the other shit up. We keep the rookies, then we keep the little pieces that we can keep, and then everyone else let us know how life is. But you didn't keep McCarthy. The framework of this disaster. Like, what are we doing?
That offense has been half productive his entire time.
There's no secret to our offense. And even
Dak's
when he's shaking it up, he's doing stuff. They're more like, why are they doing this? They're confused more than they're like, it's working. Like, yeah, like, there's like, is this what we're going to do? Okay. And then when it doesn't work, he has that dumb look on his face like, I thought that was it. Like,
well, y'all get those times, like, them videos when, like, the baby animal, like, attacks the predator? Like, y'all have this thing where, like, they're going to, like, the predator runs away. But then there's times where the predator is just like, rawr, you're a baby and I'm the killer. Like, what are you doing? And that's what it looks like when y'all try to, like, get creative.
It's frustrating. Like, do you feel like he can't find a better coach at this point? The hardballs or no? With like,
I mean, maybe Vrabel told him no. Maybe Bella. They might have already told him, like, we're not coming to the clown show you run over there.
I don't think that's it.
You don't want that.
I don't think it has to. Like, he's always running like this. I think because even him himself,
and he's always had trouble getting people to come.
That's not true.
That is 100% true.
The earlier times he had to like step off.
Y'all were having trouble finding a coach when you got Parcells again. When y'all got Parcells. Yeah, y'all have had trouble finding coaches since then.
He doesn't come out on the field anymore. He did what Parcells asked him to do.
He didn't land on the practice field with a helicopter just this summer.
He didn't promise him he wouldn't.
Yeah, but that's the thing. Only Parcells has been able to get him to shut up. And when that didn't go right, he said, see, that's the problem, and went back to what he was doing.
When he was doing all the same stuff, we were winning.
Jimmy Johnson.
And now it's
all Jimmy Johnson. It was all Jimmy Johnson.
I'm talking about. I'm talking about even with Dak and Lamb, and then we were winning.
Yes, because you have multiple Super Bowl caliber teams, and even with that levels of talent, because of the clown show, they can't win anything that matters.
I think we're missing my point. My point is, I think these are excuses of why they're losing. If all this stuff was happening when they was winning, why is there an excuse now? That's the problem.
When were you winning?
We were winning last year.
Y'all have not been able to win pressure games since like 1995. Every quarterback since Troy, it's been like, man, why can't they perform under pressure? They always seem to fall apart in the big game.
True.
That was Tony Romo's entire tenure.
He'll have
Bledsoe fell apart because of the
Romo had plenty of 2 minutes. We know the 2 minutes, and he'd go down the field and he's
throw a pick.
Some of them, but most of them, though, they were not.
If it was a game that mattered, he threw a pick.
Once he got the playoffs, little dusted off. I don't think we know if he didn't break his hip, his tailbone. We don't know what happened that season because they look good. He was scoring on will. I don't think we forgot that. Okay. I mean, your little busted team get there in the last minute and win.
We've won Super Bowls. Though,
yeah, and that's what I'm saying though. Like, it's not like y'all look good to get there. So some people get there differently.
Yeah, but the problem is 30 years and you haven't got there.
Okay.
And you can't get
past
some
people never got there.
Most of them you can't even get past.
Some people never got there. What's their excuse for not getting there? Is it the circus?
It's a bad team. The Browns are run shitty. Fine. The Titans are run shitty.
Fine. You worry about your team. I'll worry about mine. I don't want McCarthy. That's my point. We a house divided. This is going to happen every once in a while.
Because I can be objective about Jerry Jones and she can't.
I can be objective about Jerry.
I can say our problems with our teams have started since we lost Wellington and John Merritt.
I don't think it's the thing.
All of our success since John Merritt takeover has been luck.
No, I do think it's a discipline thing, but I think it's more maybe more McCarthy than it is Jerry. Like, I think he needs a higher disciplined coach.
Well, yeah, I could definitely see that.
You always get these like cheerleader coaches.
Yeah, but you get these emotionally soft players. Like, they're great talents, but they're so emotionally soft.
That's just the
Michael Parsons talks like a 5-year-old.
That's the generation. They all kind of emotional. True. Like, you look like that's how I know when Josh Allen is about to lose. Josh Allen is about to lose. He gets that little like pout on his face.
That's true.
Was it not Mahomes looks like he's about to throw a tantrum. Like, they all are emotional. Like, the days of the silent men are almost over.
No, that's true.
You know, but Trump's here, so they might come back. Yeah.
Well, oh, God. I can't stand all this emotional crap.
Like,
anyway.
But that's what's happening in Dallas, so it might just be more pain on the horizon, is my point.
Well, let's see how y'all feel about your teams and whether my teams are frauds.
I mean, they might as well make it fun for the fans. We're losing. Yeah, but go ahead. I'm sorry.
But go ahead and let us know whether you think the teams I said are frauds, because you know I'm right. Or if you have a problem with that, hit us on Twitter, Instagram, whatever. And we'll see y'all next time, all right? Peace.